I have been doing construction, I guess, or been involved in construction my whole life. So my dad and my grandfather both have owned construction companies, so I'm kind of like a generation type construction gal. I've been on the job site with my dad since I was like 6, but my dad does foundations for custom homes. So I was around the concrete world, I guess you could call it, more. And probably about the age of 14, he was like, okay, leave the hard work to someone else, you come into the office. So I started doing office work. I learned how to do proposals and invoices and the basic stuff of how to run a company, creating accounts at places. So it really helped me at the age of 14. I really learned how to kind of run a business. And I helped my mom and dad, of course, so I took it as if it was my own. So when I started working with ATW, it just kind of made sense for me to start running the construction crew, and then Brian and I made American Dream Renovations. At ATW, we have an in-house construction company. It's called American Dream Renovations. And basically what we do is we go out to each property. It'll be myself and my superintendent. We'll go out and basically do an assessment of the property. So it could be, we check the electrical, we check the plumbing, kitchen cabinets, bathroom, what kind of renovation needs to be done to the properties. We put central AC in all the units, so a lot of times we have to make sure that there's attic space. So it's a lot of basically walking around and inspecting. When we go to these properties, we have to make sure that we basically redo all the plumbing, all the electrical, central AC and heat. The roof almost typically has to be done on all of them, and then the foundation. So those are the 5 major things that we check, and then the rest, the cosmetic stuff, is really what makes the house valuable, because as a tenant, you're gonna go into a house and you wanna look to see, is the property nice? They don't care about the big 5 stuff, but we do. Those are things that are important to the investor, so we make sure that we check those things first. Typically when we go and we start these properties, we make sure that we have a very strict timeline. Every lead man will get a scope of work for the week. So let's say they're out there for 3 weeks. Every week they're gonna get a new scope of work on that Friday. So that way that Monday through Friday, they know exactly what needs to be done. They are just, obviously our crew is just like super fast. They do a great job. And because of that, we really haven't had to do anything drastic as far as that goes, but they always stay on schedule. If we ever go over schedule, then we make sure that we pick it up somewhere on the end. Thankfully, I have the best superintendent. His name is George, and him and I do it together. And we keep a very good, strict kind of schedule. Randomly, at any given time, George and I can go to these properties, make sure that these guys are doing what they're supposed to do. And we just keep track of everything on a paper, on a schedule. So we have it on an Excel sheet, and then, of course, on a piece of paper. But yeah, I think we can handle anything.
ATW is a company that's focused on wealth creation and building automated real estate portfolios for our clients.